Well, here we are again. Well, I'll say here we are again. I don't think you've ever seen me in this position before. Yeah. I'm sat on the floor in my own bedroom. Yeah. I'm not in the setup today because it's still getting a bit of work done, and I want to revamp it, let's say. So you might see me in some weird setups. I mean, there's a bed there I could be sat on. There's my chair as well, but no, I've chosen to sit on the floor on this very uncomfortable beanbag where I'm basically just sat on the floor instead. So anything for you guys. Yeah, anything for you guys. But that is not going to stop me filming and recording videos, especially the Manchester United match day reviews. Full time at Kenilworth Road, Luton 1, Manchester United 2. A cagey affair. I mean, for the first 15 minutes, it looked like it was going to be an absolute corker of a game, but it just fizzled out, didn't it? It was for the neutral as well. They probably were like, oh, it's going to be a high-scoring game, this. But no, it did fizzle out. I am really uncomfortable. Do I change where I sit? No, we're going to stick with it. Let's just get into the game. Can we just please get into the game? Let's just start. So, we started with the same lineup again, unchanged from the Aston Villa game we were. Again, I was very happy with that. There's no one else I would have brought into the team based off that Aston Villa result. I mean, we won the game. A few changes here and there could have been made, but for me, I would have just kept the same team, and that is what we did. So, again, I was very confident ahead of the game. We needed to win, and we started off the best possible way we could have. I mean, Luton applied pressure very early on. Opening few minutes, they were here and there, they were attacking, and I was sort of this is a very open game. That's what I was thinking in my head. It was end-to-end action. The midfield was winning it back for us, like Casemiro, Mainu winning the ball back, but then Ross Barkley pop up with a little tackle on the edge of our box, win it back. Basically, the first 30 seconds were mad. We eventually clear it. I think Casemiro just hoofs it, and then the Luton left centre half, Amari Bell, sort of miscontrols it or tries to pass it back to Kaminski, I think. I think he's just caught in two minds. He under hits the pass, and Højlund, with that natural striker instinct he has, latches onto the shocking pass. And he's one-on-one with the keeper, and straight away I'm thinking, well, we're 1-0 up, surely. Surely he's got to score it, and that is what he does. Rasmus Højlund with another goal through one-on-one with the keeper, takes it round him with sort of, it was a good touch, but it looked a bit heavy. It looked like I thought he'd taken it too far wide and he was going to struggle to get it on target. But no, the natural striker instincts kicked in and he slots it home. He shows the number 11 and his name on the back of the shirt to the Luton fans. And after 37 seconds, we led in the game. Very happy about that, obviously. The best start you want, especially when you go into a tough atmosphere, a tough ground like Luton. A lot of the big teams have only beaten Luton by marginal margins, if that's a phrase, this season, because of the atmosphere, because it's a different ground to what they used to be playing on. So yeah, I was very pleased. 37 seconds in, we're 1-0 up, easy as you like. Again, a costly mistake. There's nothing we can really judge our play off that. There was no pattern of play. We can only judge Højlund, and it was a brilliant finish. Again, scored in 6 consecutive games now, Rasmus Højlund, which is unbelievable. The youngest player to ever do it. 21 years and 14 days. Magical stat. And we went 1-0 up in the game. But it didn't end there, did it? Because pressure was still being applied from us anyway in the opening 6-7 minutes. I think it was a corner. Was it a corner? If I can remember correctly. I mean, the match only finished about 3 or 4 hours ago, so I don't know how I can't remember. But we had it around the box and it fell to Garnacho on the edge for a volley. He hit the volley. He sort of mishit it. I mean, he was caught in two minds whether to use his left, his right. I think after as well, before the Garnacho strike actually, I'm sure we had like 3 or 4 corners before it, so we were literally dominating. I thought this was going to be a cricket score, especially after we went 2-0 up. Let me get back to what I was saying before I interrupted myself. I'm interrupting myself in my own video. This is very skew whiff. I've done no cuts yet either. Do I even do a cut? I don't know, I mean, I'm quite happy just sat here talking about United on my own floor, in my own bedroom. Yeah, what am I on about? I mean, I'm not even going to cut. This is going to be an uncut episode of the match reactions, so for like 3 seconds there, you just saw me looking around my room like, what am I looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, there's a Malteser wrapper in my bin next to me, if that's something. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Why am I talking about bins and Malteser wrappers? Anyway, the ball fell to Garnacho on the edge of the box. He was caught in two minds whether to use his left or his right foot. He then strikes it, not cleanly. It was never clean at all. I think it was his right foot, though. He did a right foot volley on the edge of the box. sort of shanked it a little bit, like sort of come off his shin, I think. But Rasmus Højlund stood in a very key area. And now I want to hear opinions on this goal, because for me, I actually think it's a very good finish, and he definitely means to do it. If you watch it back, he definitely means this finish. Garnacho hits it on the volley. Rasmus Højlund stood not in an offside position, because there is a Luton player behind him, sort of on the goal line in front of the Luton Town goalkeeper Kaminski, but he stood sort of out of the way, so he's about 3 or 4 yards away from the goal, to the left of the goalkeeper, well, the right if you're watching on the screen, but the goalkeeper's left. Garnacho's hit the ball on the volley. Looks like it's going miles wide, which it is, because it's going to where Højlund is stood. Højlund's then sort of like shimmied back, whether he's trying to get out the way and not let it touch him, but I don't know why he'd be doing that, because he'd be going out for a goal kick. So that's why I think he's meant this finish. It's hit him, sort of thing, but he sort of moved his body into the ball. So as Garnacho's hit it, he sort of used his left side of his body to sort of come off his chest into the bottom corner. We obviously, whether he meant to put it in the bottom corner or not, we'll never know. I think he did a little interview after the game with Sky saying, well, they were asking him, did he mean it? He said, of course. And I believe him. I think he did mean that goal. There's no way you just, if normally you just let that hit you, it hits you in the stomach, it hits you in the chest, it bounces back into the area. But he sort of shimmied and ricocheted the ball off his own body and sort of moved with it. So it's a very clever finish. Watching it in real time, I thought it was a very clever finish, and I still stand with that point. I want to know what you guys think. I always do that, don't I? I always click and point at the camera. It's a bit rude to point as well, isn't it? I probably should stop doing it. Let me know what you thought of the goal. Did Rasmus Højlund mean it? For me, he did. But I want to know what you're saying in the comments. Anyway, yeah, we were 2-0 up. We were cruising. I think 7 minutes, we were 2-0 up. It was mad. I genuinely thought we were going to put 4 or 5 past these, and we should have done, really, with the chances we had in the second half. But after our second goal, we sort of fell off a little bit. I must be honest. We sort of, I don't really know what happened. I mean, Luton just grew into the game a little bit. Started creating chances. I think a ball was played from Dota into Tahith Chong inside the box, former United player. He sort of, I think he tries to shoot. It took a deflection, and then the ball is sort of just inside the 6-yard box. Carlton Morris is anticipating it, the Luton striker, and he just heads it home. Not really great defending, but you can't. It's a deflected shot that fell into the path of the striker. It's a lucky goal, if I must say so myself. Whether Ronaldo should come out and try and claim that, I don't know. I mean, he came out and looked like a starfish. I don't know what he was doing that for. He probably should have stayed on his line, but I can't really blame him for that. I can't blame him for the goal. I know loads of people like to blame Onana for things like this. I can't really put any blame on him. It was just a scrappy goal. We could have defended it better. We didn't. We find ourselves only 2-1 up now. Luton were the better team for the rest of the first half. Going into the second half, obviously, we had to make 3 changes. We made 1 just at the end of the first half. Luke Shaw again got injured. He had to come off. We replaced him with Victor Lindelof. He went straight down the tunnel. We still don't know the seriousness of the injury Luke Shaw suffered, so hopefully he's not out for too long. He's our only fit left back at the minute. He's only... well, Dallow's now our only fit fullback, but he was our only other fit fullback at the time. He's now injured. And then at half-time, Casemiro and Maguire were hooked as well, both on yellow cards. Both could have been sent off for different reasons, accumulated foul sort of thing. Johnny Evans and McTominay came on, and I thought in the second half, McTominay, I've got to be honest, in midfield, I don't rate McTominay at all. He needs to be brought on 20 minutes ago in the box, trying to get on the end of different crosses, different sort of attacks, and get himself in there, score some goals. That's what he's there for. I don't think he's a midfielder. He can barely complete a pass. He's lackadaisical in the tackles. So, yeah, I do like McTominay, though. I'm a big fan of him. I just want him in that box for the last 20 minutes. That's where I want him. I want him to be a second striker, personally. Johnny Evans, though, was flawless. He came on and he didn't put a foot wrong. He intercepted danger really well. He won, I think, every single one of his aerial duels. Him and Varane won every header today, and that was, great to see. And I think we'll probably see Johnny Evans and Varane play against Fulham this weekend. I hope so. If Maguire's injured, I hope that's what we see instead of Lindelof. But I want to see that. Johnny Evans, he didn't put a foot wrong. He deserves a start, I'd say. I mean, Johnny Evans has come into United expecting to be sort of the Scott Carson role at City, the third choice keeper, the 5th, 6th choice centre-back at the club, doing nothing, just sitting there, picking up a wage, help nurture some of the young players, and sit on his arse for a year. But no, he's played, like 16, 17 games or something this season. It's ridiculous. But to be fair to him, he's not really had a bad game. I can't think of a bad game Johnny Evans has had for Man United this season. He's been average or very good, and yesterday was a very good performance from him, so I'm very happy with him. I'm very happy with the result. I mean, Luton were probably the better team in the second half, but we had chances. Bruno Garnacho missed in key areas where we should definitely be scoring. But again, a win's a win. That's 4 wins on the bounce in the Premier League. You love to see it. Unbeaten in 2024. Hopefully we can keep that form going. We've got Manchester City to come in a few weeks as well in the derby, so that's going to be a big game. Fulham obviously to come first. Forest in the Cup in between those 2 games. So yeah, very excited for the times ahead. Hopefully we can get some players back from injury and roll on Saturday when we play Fulham. Very happy with the result. And yeah, see you next time.